And thanks for joining me on tonight's live. I am Kelly Rose. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And if you are joining me live, I hope that you will say hello and let me know that you're joining me. It's great to chat with you while I am stamping. So tonight's cards are going to be made with Art in Bloom. I got this in the mail, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I haven't played with it until today. And oh my goodness, it is so fun. So one thing you should know is that the whole bundle is $53, which you can still order today for no shipping, free shipping. Yay. Hello, Susan, Florida. Where in Florida are you from? My sister lives in Tampa area. Anyway, the dies and the embossing folder come together as a set. And I'm going to show you why. This is such a fun set. You're going to love the way it works together. So again, please say hello to me if you're watching me live. I'm going to start with this one. It's really simple. See that gorgeous embossing and the way I have those flowers like inlaid on there. So I want to start with that, but then this one is my absolute favorite. And I'm going to show you how I colored that dragonfly tonight also. So what is up with everybody in Facebook and YouTube land tonight? Anything exciting? I'm going to have to get out my embosser, cut and emboss machine. And by the way, if you are going to be ordering it in June with me, that's the June host code. It is also on my website, which is linked in the comments in Facebook and in YouTube. All right, so I'm taking the embossing folder and I'm just taking this piece of, let's see, what's my new color? Soft Succulent. Soft Succulent is one of our new in colors. And I'm lining it up with the line that's on the folder right there. Aina, you're going to have to help me out with the way you pronounce your name. Is it Ayana Cam Designs? And what kind of designs? Excuse me. So I've got that lined up right there. And then I'll just hold it tight because this is one of our 3D embossing folders. I'll just put it on the plate one. And then use my cut a piece of basic white. So I'll need my base plate 1 and then 2 and my 2 embossing, or my 2 plastic plates. And this time I'm just going to cut on this piece of basic white with the flower image. So it's going to cut out all 3 of those flowers separately. And then we're going to emboss them. Like that. Lori, do you have this? I know. Okay, cool. Do you have this set, Lori? Does anybody have this set? Okay, so there's my 3 flowers. And now what I'm going to do is put those in the embossing folder. So I'll need the base plate again. And the embossing folder again. Seem to have a little bit of a cough tonight. So I actually haven't done it this way. I originally cut those out, so I don't know if I'm going to be, you know what? I'm going to use a little tape. It's not really cheating, is it? Okay, so I'm going to hold it this way. Let's see if I can get under the camera here. So I'm going to hold it this way, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of washi tape after I get it lined up. The last time I just cut I just embossed the whole piece of paper and cut it out, but I didn't really want to because that squishes it just a little. I'm going to do this off camera so we can get a really good view of these flowers. And you guys can tell me what you've been working on. Oh, good. Hi, Martha. Glad you could join me. Hey, thanks for posting on Rosie Scrapper Stampers today. I really appreciate that. And your card is so cute. I guess maybe that was yesterday that you did that. I don't know. I can't remember. And so did Lori. Lori posted too. Okay, so, oh, that's right. So Lori didn't get it. So I have them in there all lined up, and then I used a little piece of washi tape to just keep those in. Seascape cards. Do you stamp with Stampin' Up product, Susan? Are you a demonstrator? I apologize if I've asked you before. All right, so take those off of there. I'm done with that for a second. All right, so let's bring this back in, and I'm going to use liquid glue this time. And I'm just going to glue these right on top of where they belong, like an inlay. And you could do multiple colors. You could do your flowers in colors and on a green background or a white background. There we go. Oh, yay! Good. You know, I'll never forget one time with Celia. I had made some cards, and Celia was there with us. I don't remember if she was stamping and crafting with us or not, but I had several there, and I had one brown one that was kind of geometric and not really masculine, but you know, not my usual frou-frou pink kind of stuff. And I was so surprised that Celia liked that one best. And I thought, Celia is just gonna march to the beat of her own drum. And you have, haven't you, Celia? Which is super cool. It's lovely to be an individual. Okay. But the card you chose, Celia, if you're there listening, was really, really cool looking. It was made with crumb cake. There. Isn't that fun? And that went together so quick and easy. So let me just show you the finished card because I don't need to show you. I decided not to put any greetings on these. There are some cute greetings in the stamp set, but I just didn't have it in my head what I wanted to make these for. So I will probably just do the greetings inside. Thanks for making me happy. You're a rare find, never not loving you, and dear friend. I love when they do combinations of fonts. There, Celia, that's for you. You're a rare find. And I also want to tell you that I'm absolutely in love with this in color ribbon. It is so sheer. It's easy to work with, and it has such a nice shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so that's the first one. For those of you who don't like to do a lot of stamping, Lori, of course, now you're kind of getting into it a little bit more, aren't you? Let's do this one next, okay? So I'll show you how you can stamp. So here's the way I did. I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch on this one with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and what I'm doing is creating a guide that I'm going to use in my Stamparatus so that I can line this up and have that stamping. I can then, after I stamp it, put it in this embossing folder, and it's going to be all lined up in a nice area on the folder. So let's go ahead and emboss this. Then I will cut out the flowers, and then I'll show you how I use that guide in my Stamparatus. Well, I really look forward to seeing what you guys create together. Okay, so now let's use the die. So 1, 2, and then my base plate, and I need that die again. This time I'm going to use a little bit of tape again. Here's my tape. So Susan, do you live on the beach? Near the beach? I love the beach. I got my beach fix a week or so ago in California. I used to live there, and I loved the beach. Love. It's not a past tense, right? There we go. So see, it squished it just a little bit by cutting those out. So that's why I did it. That's why I taped my cut flowers to the embossing folder. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I will save those flowers for something later. But this is what I want. Okay. I want to grab my Stamparatus. There's this opening. Okay. So I have my foam pad because this stamp set is photopolymer. So I'm just going to put that in there like that and use my magnets this time. And then what I'll do is I'll take the stamp. Oh my God, it's stuck together with another block. So I'll take my stamp and line it up face down as if it were stamping in that in those cut areas. Let me get my head over here so I can see. I think that looks pretty good. And it doesn't, for this, it doesn't actually have to be perfect because I will be able to push it around inside the folder. 20 minutes away. Oh, nice. Okay, so I just need to pick that up now and remove this. I don't need that guide again, and get a clean piece of basic white. So this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'll just put that up in the corner and ink this up. I've saved. I'll go ahead and do the same colors. Actually, no, I think I'll change the colors. So I'm going to switch to I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape for the outline. Gorgeous Grape for the outline and Fresh Freesia. So, maybe I don't really. Yeah, let me see what I think of. I'm going to go with, and then I'm going to stamp the insides with the fresh freesia. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can do this with the insides as well. So let's put that up here like this. And then take these 3 pieces that do the centers. Put those in the cut spaces as well. These come separately. These are not, I had it right the first time. These are not all together, which is nice because I'll probably end up cutting those apart anyway. All right, I need another plate. So if you get a Stamparatus, it comes with 2 plates. And so I'll just pick those up. And then put my stamped piece back in there. Now these flower centers are not perfection. They don't fill it perfectly. So that's why I feel totally comfortable doing this method, because it doesn't really matter if it lines up perfectly. So let's ink up those flower centers with fresh freesia. One of our ink colors. Hello, Bobby. I guess I could have eyeballed that a little because it's kind of way off, but I'm going to leave it. What do you think? Like those 2 colors together? That turned out good. All right, so now let's pop that into the embossing folder. And lining up those flowers. The outline on the folder matches perfectly to the outline of your stamped image. So my insides are off, but my outlines will end up being perfect if I'm really careful. Okay, so that's ready to go in. Put this back over here. There we go. What do you think? Are you as impressed with this as I am? I think it's just so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do a little bit of inking around the edges. And what the inking will do is it's just going to really make those leaves pop out. So I'm using I think one of our blending brushes. Maybe, yeah. So this is one of our blending brushes, and the color is Soft Succulent. So I'm just going to rub that in to the ink pad a little, swirl it around. Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry, I have to keep scrolling to see comments. Thanks for joining me. All right, so I'm taking that brush and then very lightly until I see a buildup of color that I like, which there, I like that. And then I'll just turn this around. Come in on this corner, make sure that I blend it down to the middle. And then this corner. And then the last. So in case you were thinking, any of you who are watching the video, of placing an order today with free shipping, this bundle is $53. So that could be your $50 purchase. All right, so there is, this was done in the our new pink color, polished pink. That's right. So this was done in polished pink, and this was done in the fresh freesia. I did do a little bit of inking with the brush on this one, and then again I used the soft succulent card base with the ribbon, which I love. Very pretty. I love it. So what do you think? So there's the second one. So here's our first one. There's our second one. And then the last one, I need to, do I need to stamp first? Yeah, I think I need to stamp first. Yeah. Okay, so on the last one, I stamped with Smoky Slate. So I'm going to set that one aside and grab in the flowers. These are going by fast. Trust me, when I was working this afternoon, this did not go that fast because, of course, you know, when you're creating, it's a little bit of hemming and hawing and thinking and moving. And so I'm glad to know that if you were just, thank you. Thanks, guys. If you were just sitting down to replicate one of these cards, it really won't take that long. Okay. So I need another piece of, oops, sorry for the crash, of 4 by 5 1/4 in the corner there. And let's use Smoky Slate. And then I'll be doing the centers in the polished pink. So just remove that. Bring in my centers. And need to clean this. And it goes this way, right? Yes. Okay, I'm going to see if I can adjust this a little. Just put it down right on top. I didn't need that guide. Duh. Put it right on top of my flowers. I thought I was being so smart. Okay. There we go. So don't do what I did earlier. Do what I did just then. All right, polished pink. Because, you know, it probably wouldn't be a Kelly video if I didn't do something in pink. So I pushed down a little bit too hard with my ink pad when I was inking up these flowers, which is why I got those blobs. Oh, I love that. It looks pretty to me. Actually, you know, I think that I did fresh freesia on these flowers originally, but here we are. This is what we've got. All right. Take this out. Done with that. I need to emboss. That is the next step. Let's line that up again. This is really pretty easy to do. I'm making it look a little harder just because I'm trying to not bump into the camera and let you guys see what I'm doing, but it's actually pretty easy. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Okay. So let me show you. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'll probably finish it for my blog post. But I wanted to show you. Let's see. I need a piece of paper to put down because this will get all over my desk. I'm using Just Jade markers. And I'm first going to come in with the darker shade. Dark Just Jade, which was one of last year's in colors. And I'm going to do these leaf centers. And it doesn't have to be at all perfect. I don't like to do coloring that requires perfection because it takes too long for me to try and do perfect things. I don't really mind things taking a long time, but I don't like being super fussy. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Now I'm coming in with the Just Jade Light. And I think I need to do the marker tip because I want to kind of go right on the edge. And then just color in. And those colors are going to blend, which is why I said you don't have to be perfect on this because you're going to get that blending. And it's pretty easy to just color along the raised edges of these leaves. So I'll go ahead and do this corner so I can show you the next step. And then I'll show you how I colored that gorgeous dragonfly. Oh. This card, although it might not look like it at first glance, is kind of my more is more card because I just kind of kept using supplies and more, and then another stamp set. If you guys would kindly give a thumbs up if you have to leave early, thumbs up are greatly appreciated if you saw something that you liked, both on Facebook and on YouTube. That really helps me out. Also, sharing the video helps as well. Okay. So I would continue to color those. And then I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight. If I can find my Misty Moonlight. I had it here. But if you've ever seen my desk when I am in the middle of stamping, you know that it is a crazy mess. Okay, I need to find it. Oh, maybe why it wasn't stacked there is because that's not the color I want. I want balmy blue. Balmy blue. Misty Moonlight would work, but balmy blue is much lighter. So I'm going to do that inking, that blending along the edge, just right on top. So I have kind of, Susan, a beachy looking card, which is what I was going for when I did this. So then when you do it all the way around, it's going to look like that. Okay. And then I just layered this up on a piece of basic white thick. And so let me share with you, and I use the In Color Gems, the 2021-2023 In Color Gems. And so I'll show you how I did that dragonfly. So I just used a piece of basic white and stamped my dragonfly, which comes from this set here, Dragonfly Garden, using the same smoky slate. Thank you, Martha. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so that won't matter. I pressed a little too hard, got a little rocky, but I'm going to be punching this out. I think I'll go ahead and do my coloring first. So I'm going to use those Just Jade because those are the markers I used on the leaf. And then I'll use the Balmy Blue blends as well. And these are my Balmy Blue. And then I'm going to be using the Wink of Stella for the shimmer that's on there. So let's start with the dark Just Jade. I probably should have stamped this in Just Jade. But there you go. The next one I make, so I'm just going to do a little bit of Just Jade on the tips and on the inside. Zoom in a little bit so you can see the coloring a little bit better. Then after the dark Just Jade tips, I'll take the light Just Jade and color right on top of what I had just done, and then come down a little bit further with the color. I like the blend that I get when I go completely on top of what I've just done. Especially with the darker colors. There. And then the dark Balmy Blue. If you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing, and I'm coming right on top of that light Just Jade and blending those colors. Stamping blends are so much fun to work with. If you have any questions about any of the products that I'm using, please let me know. Happy to answer any questions, both during the live and after. Anytime. And then the light Balmy Blue. What do you think? You like that? Thanks, Martha. Yes, it's all in the final steps. in the embellishment or the little bit of detail. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, I don't really care for what you're doing. Until the end, the big finish, the high note, Martha. I said to my worship pastor, we were at rehearsal last night, and I'm going to be singing "It Is Well," um, and it's kind of high. I forget the key. It might be in D. Yeah, I think it's in D. Um, so for a congregation song, it's a little on the high side. And I told him, I said, the Kelly fans are going to be really happy on Sunday. He says, yeah, I'm trying to get hymn points, and I will get extra hymn points by having a soprano sing it. Which I thought was hilarious. Who likes singing the hymns? Still, okay, so line that up. And It Is Well is one of my personal faves. Yeah, well, that I am. Okay, so there's my dragonfly. I've taught you how to color it. Here's that card again. Here's the one I was in the process of making. So I think this is a combination of fresh freesia, and then I might have brushed a little pink on top of there. So maybe I should try brushing a little fresh freesia on there. And that's on a dimensional. And these are the in color jewels. And I used the soft succulent and the, what's that color? Evening evergreen, and then the fresh freesia ones. I used all three. I used those dark ones in the center of my dragonfly there, which I think really looks beautiful. Let's try a little bit of that fresh freesia on my flowers. See what we think. It's making them a little darker than I really wanted, but I like the blend of the colors. It looks a little two-tone, and I like that a lot, actually. All right, so let's bring all the cards out here, and you guys can tell me which is your favorite. That one. The one we did in the middle. And then this simple one that I did to start with. So this is Art in Bloom. What do you think? 1, 2, or 3? So this stamp set, maybe before I leave my room, I need to do some stamping with just those three to do one of my little backgroundy things, collage stamping, in combination with those geometric designs that are in there. That's going to be fun. I was sticking with just the embossing folder and how to make that work for some different looks. But I will have fun stamping with the other, just the inside pieces as well. Here is, you like the second. The second is the last. My favorite is the first one. That's your first one, huh? You like the clean crispness of it, right? The simplicity. I don't know, what do you like? The contrast of green and white. Lori likes the second one. And this one is your second favorite. This one's my favorite, which you could probably guess. And then this one, and then that one. I love the way the blending brush brings out those leaves in the background. So I just did some random stamping with all three of the flowers and then filled them in. So I think that will look really pretty on a card with a simple greeting. Did you glitter the dragonfly wings? Yes. I used Wink of Stella, this, and you just paint it on. So yes, that is, you see the shimmer? Yeah. Maybe that second one needs to go in there. Or maybe he needs to go here and give this card some pizzazz. Not the same colors, but it would totally work, wouldn't it? Yes, I love the shimmer too. Thanks, Susan. Yeah, that's my favorite too. And I love all the gems. All right, you guys, it has been fun to craft with you tonight. Thank you for the input, the feedback. Until I can see you later, have a great time stamping. And as always, if you can share your creations at Rosie Scrapper Stampers, if you're not a part of that group, just request it. You have to answer just a couple of questions on my Facebook page, and the links are in below the video. Please make sure that if you haven't subscribed, you do that now and give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thanks, Martha. Bye.